Hey everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna I am a little bit sick. So I'm just a little slow today. I'm sorry about that. And I'm also a little coughing a little bit. So cough through this whole thing. I'm really, really sorry. Um, that's me doing the cough. I'm gonna give us one more minute just to see if anyone else pops on before we get started. And I'm just going to pull a couple things up here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you guys. It's always great to do that at the beginning, right? So here you go. We're going to talk about using date-based campaigns specifically for your top 50 sphere of influence and what you can do to kind of automate some of the things that you need to do to keep in touch with them. On this is if you're watching us on YouTube later on after the fact, if you want to scan this QR code, we'll get the registration form to attend these live, because after we're done, y'all can ask questions and I will answer them. So I'm just gonna leave this up for a second. We'll give it one more minute, see if anybody else pops on. But again, if you want to register for these live, scan this QR code and we'll do that. Or you'll get the, wow, yeah. I have a lot of like snot in my brain, so I'm just gonna I'm sorry. I'm just gonna apologize right now. All right, so let's put that down and let's go to kvCORE. So the first thing I kind of want to talk to you guys about is, sphere of influence and your kind of your top 50. So there's a lot of different platforms out there or coaching systems that talk about, your A people, your B people, your C people. I think Buffini does something like that. And most coaches will tell you that you do have like this core group of people that you will get the bulk of your referrals from. And, especially now as things are slowing down in the market a little bit, it's really important to take some time and to get with those people and, develop a plan to kind of network with them. And if you have that set of people, the first thing I would do in kvCORE is, if you go to your smart CRM, is I would put them on, let's see if I put myself in here. I did. Obviously, here's me as a sphere, but let's say I'm a sphere. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a hashtag. The hashtag could be top 50. It could be, sphere of influence A group, right? Or B group or C group, however you want to handle like parsing out all the people in your life that you think are important for getting referrals to you. I'll put my address in here. Y'all can know where I live. So you definitely want to get people, you want to get their phone number, you want to get their this is not my actual phone number. It's my old phone number from my old house. But you want to get everybody's phone number in here, you want to get their address in here, you want their email in here, you want everything in here, because these are people and so you should have access to that kind of information. So you want to put that all in. The next thing you want to do with these folks is go up to their profile details, and you want to get their birthdays in here. So my birthday is in October. So if anybody wants to send me presents, October 25th. I think you go right here, yeah. And I'm old. Can you believe it? I am born in 75. So that's my birthday. Heather. 75. Here. I did it, didn't I? So we'll do it again. There we go. 1975. Got my birthday in there. The other place you want to put is, you know, if this is a past client, you know, when they bought their home, you would want to go ahead and put their last closing date in here. We actually just moved in July. I think we got home. We moved on this weekend here, actually. So if you have these two things in here, if you want, and I went over this, I think, on a previous webinar. If you click these on right here, send birthday email or send anniversary email text, we do have automation that will do that automatically for you. But for your sphere of influence or these top 50 people, you might not want to do that. You might not want it to be that automated. You might want to do something a little more special, which we're going to get into next. So I would actually leave these toggled off for these folks. Maybe not for your past clients. That's probably a good thing. Anniversary text for their house, but for their birthday, if they're a sphere of influence, they're somebody you know really well in your life. Maybe leave that off, and we're going to do some stuff for them. How would you do husband and wife? So yeah, so basically right now we do have a spot for your spouse's birthday, but we don't have the automation that we're going to do doesn't pull from that. So what you would have to do is you would have to put in the spouse as their own person and put their birthday. And I know that they're working on updating this, so this will pull. But as it stands right now, this is just like information only to put in here. It doesn't actually trigger anything. So you want to make them their own person, their own lead or contact in kvCORE. So then you make sure that happens, and we're going to save those changes. And that's something you kind of need to do before you do any of these next steps. You really need to have that stuff in there so the automation can happen. So now I want to talk about date-based campaigns. So we're going to go to marketing and go to our smart campaigns. And the way you make a date-based campaign is you're going to click add campaign. And instead of starting the campaign with any of the normal triggers that we have, you're going to use when a specific date occurs. And what's that date type? It could be a specific date. So let's say that you wanted to do, you know, on the 15th of every month, you're going to send something out about, you know, being a homeowner and tips for updating your house. And actually, as a bonus, I have a share code for you guys for a date-based campaign that does just that, that I'll share with you when I get there at the end, that you can put in yourselves to have that's already done for you. But for this one, we're going to say birthday. And then we're going to do an optional qualifier, because what we're going to do on this one is we're going to do something really special for their birthday. We don't want it to just be a random like happy birthday thing. So we don't want everybody, because if you don't do this, if you just do birthday, then anybody who's got a birthday in your system is going to get this. Maybe you don't want that. You just want it for your top 50. So you go in here and you say your hashtag is your top 50, right? And then when is that campaign going to start? It's going to start on that date, before that date, after that date. I'm going to say before, and I'm going to say a week before, and you'll kind of see why in a second. So I'm going to say next, and I'm going to do all, because I don't know what you've got these people as, but you want to make sure it actually runs. So the easiest thing to do is all, because it's only going to run for people with that top 50 hashtag. And we're going to say top 50 birthday campaign. Special stuff for my top 50 sphere of influence. Okay, we'll make sure this is good. We're going to finish it up. Now we're going to go in here and find it. All right, birthday, find it again. Here we go, birthday. So now nothing's in here. So we're going to add an action. So the first action we might want to add these are just some ideas, and it could just be one action. It could be 5 actions if you really want to get crazy with it, but just some couple of different things you could do. The first thing you could do is you could send an email. And so when do you want to do it, on the start date or after the start date? I'm going to send this email 7 days before their birthday. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Crumble Cookies, and I'm going to buy a gift, or, a local place, like a gift coupon of some kind that I can scan in, or that I can create on Canva that gives them something for free. I'm giving them a gift through email, but I don't have to do it. So I might buy, it's my top 50. I might buy 50 of these from Crumble Cookies, or from, a local coffee shop or whatever it is, to give them something for free. And so for 7 days before their birthday is a good time to do it, because it's like, hey, your birthday's coming up. Let's make this. So we go to our advanced editor, and we might, now one thing you can do is, if you've got Core Video, and I highly recommend this if you do, put a video in here that says, hey, happy birthday, I'm thinking of you today, and you just tell them exactly what you're giving them. Hey, I wanted you to, really enjoy your birthday. I know it's coming up, but make sure to download this coupon and take yourself and treat yourself to some cookies or whatever it is. If you don't have Core Video, you can do it with a YouTube video. However, if you do that, if you do that, you need to put the URL of your YouTube video in there. I highly recommend making it an unlisted video. Otherwise, YouTube's going to play an ad before it. And you don't want to do that. I like Core Video better because it doesn't take you to a separate website, and it's already moving inside of the email, instead of just kind of a stagnant picture with a play button. But, up to you, depending on kind of what you've got in the system. And then so you could just say hi. And right here is your merge tags. So hi, first name. I know your birthday is coming up soon. I just wanted you to know that I was thinking of you. I have a little present to celebrate your birthday. Have a dozen cookies. Maybe it's Crumble Cookies. It's a half dozen because those suckers are expensive. Have a half dozen cookies on me. Is that me? And then, oh, whoopsies, what did I just do? Wow. Oh, I've never done that before. I didn't know you could do that. And then maybe we put a button down here that we can do a couple different things. One thing we could do is if you have like a PDF of the, if you have a PDF of the coupon, you could put it in a downloadable link and put it right in that URL button. If you wanted to, you could put another button in that says, yeah, there's a text here. I'd love to catch up and see how things are going. Give me when you have a moment, right? And then you could put another button that says call me. Call me. And then we want it to make a call. You can put your phone number in there. And then if they press that, it's going to call them. And this one could be, you know, that downloadable link. Download your free cookie coupon or whatever. Sorry. So those are all different things that you can do if you want to send that out. And so then you're going to name it. You're going to say, you know, or top 50 birthday cookies. You're going to save it. Actually, you have to do it here. My fault. Top 50 birthday cookies. And the subject is happy birthday. Get your special gift from me. This would be, you know, the action would be send cookie coupon. And it's from you to them. And we're going to do it on the start date. Maybe you want to do it after the start date, 2 days later. That would be what, 5 days before their birthday or whatever it is. And that way you can have that go out, and it's going to happen for each different person right before their birthday. They call you from there. What number shows up? What number will show up on my phone when they call? They call you from there. What number show? Whatever number you put in. Whatever number you put in here is the number that will show up for them to call. And when they call you, it should show that it's their number. Now, if you want to put your smart number in here, you can do that, but I wouldn't do that necessarily unless you have your own smart number. If you have your own smart number, it'll track it through the system, which would be nice. But I will say that a lot of people who are in your top 50 probably have your personal number anyway, and it would be weird if they're calling a random number that's your smart number. So it's kind of up to you what number you want to put in there. Okay, so I'm going to say those changes. Another thing you can do, and I don't have it here because I don't have it enabled on this, but in the marketplace, sorry, we have a thing called sucks. We have a thing called voicemail drop, where you can pre-record voicemails and send them to your leads. And so, sorry, if you have that in this list down here, oh wow, give me just a second. I'm really sorry. That was super fun. Sorry. Let me hear me hacking up along. If you had voicemail drop, you could go in here, and voicemail drop would be an option for you here, and you can set it up so that you can send a voicemail to them on their birthday that just leaves a voicemail. Now, really what you should do is you should call them on their birthday yourself. So you can set up a task. So this campaign is starting 7 days after. So let's do 7 days after the start date, which would be their actual birthday. Actually, I take that back. We're gonna do a call. My bad. cancel, my bad. You can do a task. If you wanted to like do a task to write them like a handwritten note or something, a lot of coaches say write them something handwritten. Could do that. You can make a task for yourself, 2 weeks before their birthday, but then you would have had to start this 2 weeks before their birthday, not a week before. You could set up a task to, it could be, send handwritten note, send handwritten birthday card. And then you could just say send a birthday card, and that will show up. If you want to spell correctly, which I have a hard time doing, send handwritten birthday card, on the start date or whatever. And you could do that. But you can also set up a phone call, like I said. So call them. Now, you can do it one of two ways. You can do it as a task reminder, which will remind you to call them, or you can do a call me. So you can say, okay, it's going to call your phone first. And then it's going to say, okay, it's going to connect them to the lead's phone number in there. So you can do it either way you want. But I'm just going to do it here as a task reminder. So I'm going to say, call birthday call. Call and wish Pam call a happy birthday. My birthday call. We're gonna do it after the start date, because remember the start date was 7 days before their birthday. So 7 days after the start date, which would be their actual birthday, we're gonna do that. So that's another thing you can do. One more thing you can do is you can actually do like a third party something. So a good example is our old friend Ryan, if you remember him, has a Thanks.io business, and they do things. You can send like a postcard or a actual birthday card that's automated, but they also do gift cards. So you can send, instead of doing that cookie thing that you were doing before, you can send any of these kind of gift cards to your sphere of influence, or this top 50, kind of depending on what you want to do. So these are really great things to just send a gift card in the mail. It's in the mail with a real stamp and everything, and it comes in a card. So like this, and you get to design your card and say what you want, and then it's like got a little handwritten thing on there, and it also has my favorite Canva integration in here, so you can go to Canva and you can design it there too, which is great. And if you want to do that, what you need to do is you need to do a zap to make this happen. So let's say you've made your card. What you would do is you're going to go to your add action, and it's going to be Zapier. And it will give you a Zap ID. So it'll make you a random Zap ID. If you copy that ID and you go to Zapier, excuse me. Sorry, you guys. So it's going to be your Zap. You're going to make a Zap, and it's going to be trigger. It's going to be kvCORE. And if you haven't hooked up your kvCORE, you would go kvCORE, and the event would be, instead of a new lead, it'd be a campaign action. Continue. And this is where, see, my account's already in here about a dozen times, but if you don't have your account connected yet, you just hit connect account. And what you need to do is paste in your Zapier key. That Zapier key is in your lead engine tools, in your lead Dropbox. And this is your Zapier key. So you would just copy that key and you would paste it right in here and hit continue. I'm not going to do that because I've done it about a zillion times and I have like my account in here like 100 times. So I'm just going to do me, continue. And then here's where you're going to put that Zap ID that this is. So you're going to copy that over and put it here. You're going to hit continue. And you're going to test your trigger. So they found the campaign that we were talking about. Yay. You're going to hit continue. And then what you're going to do is you're going to say, what are we going to do with this? What's going to happen when this triggers? Well, it's going to be thanks IO. And the event is going to be send a postcard or send whatever it is that you want to send a gift card, right? Continue. And then same thing with here, you instead of having a Zapier key with thanks.io, you just sign into thanks.io when you have an account. And it's going to authorize your account with Zapier. Just thinking about it because it's slow while we're zooming. So that's my account. Yes. Continue. And then you're going to set up your action by just mapping over the fields. So your first name goes to first name. Your last name goes to last name. In kvCORE, I think we have street. Yeah, so we don't want to do full address. We want to do street address, which would be street. And then city. City. Oh, whoopsies. I did it twice. Postal code, which would be the zip code. Actually, I take all that back. Don't do that. My bad. Here's all your options. Do you see how it says based on IP address? We don't want that. We want their seller address because that's the address that's in there. So we want their city. We want their state. Damn it. Darn it. I didn't say that. State goes down here. State. And their postal code. There. And that's really all you need. You don't need the rest of this stuff because you're just sending it. So you can choose different handwriting styles. You can choose, there's all sorts of things that you can choose to do to make it happen. But you're going to choose the gift card you want. Okay, do I want it to be a Starbucks card? Do I want it to be, how much do I want it to be? This is in cents. That's weird. So then this would be a $10 card. So notice that. So you're going to send them a $10 gift card from Starbucks, for instance, and whatnot. And so you can put your return address info in here, all this stuff. This is all the stuff you need to do, but this is yours. And then you hit continue, and then you test your action, make sure it works. But that's another thing you can do to send something really, really special. Obviously, you're sending them a gift card. You wouldn't want to do it for everybody in your database, but you do want to do it for that top 50 sphere of influence that you have. So back to kvCORE. The name of this is going to be send Starbucks gift card and send over their birthday ever and save it. So now you've got all sorts of things you can do for that top 50. Call them, send them a birthday card, handwritten, do a Zapier thing, send something automated from Thanks.io or any other third party, give them a call. You could even drop them a voicemail. Those are all things you can do for your top 50 to make their birthdays a little more special. And so then last thing, as I promised in my smart campaigns, I have a core sphere homeowner campaign, and I'm going to put this sharing token in the chat for you guys. Those guys that stuck with me through my hacking, I'm really sorry. But what this is it starts in January of this year. And you can see that each thing is just like almost like a blog tip. So it's like tips to get you moving. This is, budget friendly ways to update your home. These are just like good, no, December is, improve your home's curb appeal, things like that. Prepare a guest room for the holidays, if you're a homeowner. So I would actually, you can give this to your top 50, but I would give this to actually anyone in your database that's a homeowner. And so you could come up here and edit this. So I actually have this set to the optional qualifiers. My status is sphere, but you could come in and change this to my optional qualifier is hashtag is homeowner. So every homeowner in your database you tag as a homeowner. That way, that they only get this because it's kind of more geared to people who own a house. But again, this is a date-based campaign. So as you can see, it goes out on the 10th of every month. It's almost like a little newsletter for your homeowners, just to keep in touch with them and send them stuff. So in the spirit of date-based campaigns, I thought I'd give you guys that. And that's all I have for you. So I'm going to open it up to questions. If anyone has any questions about this, we copy it. Yeah. So you take that share code. What you're going to do is you're going to go to your campaigns, and right here, if you put that you paste that share code in and then just hit this button one more time or hit enter, it'll pull the whole thing in to your into your campaigns, and it should, sometimes it takes about 10 to 15 minutes. It'll show up here and you can use it. Any other questions for me? It doesn't even have to be about date-based campaigns. It can be about anything. You're welcome, Kim. Anybody? You're welcome. Does kvCORE have any marketing for new construction? So what you'd want to do if you're going to market new construction, there's a couple of different ways to do this. Way A is if you're going to go to your lead engine and go to build a squeeze page. And let's say, Virginia Beach, and I want all of the newly built homes in Virginia Beach. And then you can market this out to Facebook. Give it a hashtag. I always make it 1 because they're not gonna sign up after 2, they're not gonna sign up after 1, or vice versa. That's not what I meant. You know what I mean? Generate the link and then copy it to your clipboard. And then if you went to Facebook, you can say, longing for that new house smell. It's not smell. Check out our exclusive list of Virginia Beach new construction. And then paste it in. Wait for it to populate. It didn't give me a picture. Why? It usually gives us a picture. Let's see. Maybe there is a new construction in Virginia Beach. It's a possibility. No new construction. That's weird. Also, my let's see. My MLS, because I'm not an agent, isn't always there we go. Maybe I'm just not part of that part of the MLS. Let's try it again. There we go. Virginia. It's Norfolk County. There's got to be something. Let's see what we get here. But always make sure that whatever you do for your there we go. Yay. All right, let's try that instead. Whatever you do for your squeeze page generates some results for you. Otherwise, so there you go. So it'll give you that. Then you can take this out. And if they click on this, it's going to take them to the squeeze page. The other thing you can do is you can take that squeeze page, and instead of doing immediate, you can do never. And you can build yourself a Facebook lead form ad, you know, and pay Facebook for the ad spend. But because you're going to do a lead, always do a lead form ad. I mean, you can boost it, but you get so much better information from a lead form ad. And I've done those previously. I'll actually, if I can find one for you of how to do a lead form ad, but you can say, here's all the new construction, whatever area. When they click on it, they sign up with their Facebook. So because they've signed up with Facebook, you don't want them to then sign up again when they get to your list, because it kind of makes people mad. So you can do that. A lot of people, the other thing you can do is if you have a builder that you have a relationship with, that you're working with, and maybe he has listings that are not on the MLS yet, you can go to your listings and go to my listings and do manual listings. And you can make a listing and you can put, you know, you put the address in, the property details, you put the photos. It's not as intricate as putting something on the MLS, but it does give like the basics with some pictures. If you have a builder that's willing to do that for you, you could advertise that house, you know, on their behalf if they'll let you do that. That's another thing you can do. And these are actually kind of better for advertising because they're not on the MLS, so people can't find them other places. So that's a really good thing to do. If you do make a manual listing, it looks just like a regular listing on your website, but you'll have a link to it, and you can put that out there as well, and have people sign up to look for that as a good lead generation option for you. Also, if you have, I guess, last but not least, if you do work with a builder and they have their own website with all of their stuff on it that you want to do, you could make I don't love sending people to other people's websites, but you could make a landing page, that says, new construction deals or whatever, and have the URL at the end be, the builder's site, but at least you get their input before they go there. So that's another thing to do. But I kind of caution against sending them to other people's websites, because unless you have a really good relationship with that builder and be like, hey, that's my client, or that's whatever, they could just go straight to the builder. So, but that's another way to do it. Anybody have any other questions? I hope that answered your question, Madison. Awesome. Yeah. If you made your own website with the builder, that would be perfect. I would do that. Then I would make a landing page for it. Put some of the bullet points. This is all editable. And then you put that URL there, do a hashtag up here, like, new construction, so you know where they came from. And you can also put, a different background on here. Like, here's a new construction background, for instance, or something like that. Cool. Any other questions for me? Anybody? Now's your time. Anything you ever wanted to know? Maybe something you're having an issue with. Oh, it's got one. Is there a report to print area? Is there a report to print area? Eric, I don't understand your question. I'm going to oopsies. Eric, can you be more specific? Let me find you in here. I can let you talk. I want you to print out reports to follow specific clients. Hey, Eric, I unmuted you. You have to unmute yourself. Maybe you can give me a little more information about what you mean by that report.
Hi, thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
The question that I had is if I ever wanted to, and I know that I'm trying not to print stuff out, but if I wanted to set, for example, closings for this next month, or I never seen anywhere in there where you can print out certain things, or at least set up reports that not necessarily are printed, but that I can save.
You want to do like a report of everybody who has a closing coming up? Or
for example, that's an example, that I have. I mean, is the only way is to create hashtags for specific things, and then
yes, pretty much,
and then run a report on that specific hashtag, like December closings, etc.
Right. Yeah. So that's what I would do is December closings would have to be the hashtag, and then you pull the hashtag up. You could click here, and then you could go to more actions, export contacts, and it will send out all the people that you chose in that group into an Excel spreadsheet for you.
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
And sorry, because I'm just really diving into kvCORE now to use it more effectively. Sure. When you do a hashtag, does it have to have the hashtag in it, or that's just what it's called?
Yeah, that's an area of confusion, I think, for a lot of people. Let me just go over that real fast. So here's me. If I put in a hashtag here, we fixed it. It used to be that if I put, hashtag top 50, it'll take that hashtag out automatically, but it didn't used to. And so what ended up happening was, if I put in hashtag top 50, really what it was hashtag top 50. So this is the hashtag, right? But there is no hashtag on it. If that makes sense? So the only time you need to type in a hashtag is if you're doing it in a note. So if you do a note Heather is a hashtag new, you know, and it brings up all your hashtags that you could do, is a downsizing lead or whatever. Then if I add that note, it'll add the downsizing hashtag. But when you're actually just adding hashtags over here, you don't need to put the pound sign in. If that makes sense.
Yes, yes. No, that was the confusion. So then,
Yes.
so related to that, like I went and got a smart number and I use, for example, I tell somebody to text the word, you know, Fort Lauderdale.
Right.
And so I don't need to in the smart campaign, and it says that, you know, because then once somebody calls that number, it captures that number, and then it doesn't, or it will add a hashtag, whatever I say, but I don't need to put the hashtag there either.
Correct. Correct. You don't need to put the hashtag anywhere really, except for when you're writing a note.
Got it. Got it. No, that was helpful.
Yeah. Okay. Madison also wants to know the best way to get in contact with kvCORE support. The best way to get in contact is just going down here and messaging them. They have gotten a lot better. It used to be like, oh, they'll get back to you tomorrow. But they have really gotten better. I know that the support team is doing these kind of tiers where they're funneling it to the right people a lot faster. So it might take, you know, a few minutes to get back to you, but if it's within working hours, they should get back to you pretty quickly. But I also want to say that, like, if you have a question on how to do something, because I remember when I first started using kvCORE before I worked for kvCORE, and I was like, oh, I just want to know how to do this, or, you know, whatever. I would ask support and they would send me something. But if you go into your support and training, into your support center here, and just scroll up to all your articles, like just search for whatever topic you want. We have really, really great support articles that kind of go step by step through how to do things in kvCORE. So I would highly recommend, you know, using this if it's something you want to learn how to do something with. You're welcome. And then one other thing, you know, for support-ish things, but if you're on your dashboard, we do have our live training calendar, which I know many of you probably went through that to get to me today, but there is a lot of live training that we have as well that you guys can sign up for. It's all free. And of course, coming to these, you can ask questions anytime you want. When will this recording be posted and where on YouTube? Sure. So on YouTube, I'll put our Inside Real Estate in our playlist. Let's go to playlist, actually. All of these are on this playlist, so I'll drop it in the chat here. I tend to do mine the day of or the day after. The other trainers on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it might take a little while longer, but usually before the end of the week, we get all of the we get them all in before the end of the week happens. That makes sense. And then, oh, I was going to say, what was I at? I had talked earlier about, was it not on here? Where is it? Home. Maybe I didn't put it on the right calendar. This editor. Here it is. This actually has to do with, I'll put this in the chat. If you want to do for that new construction that I was saying, doing a Facebook lead format, this shows you how to do it with a ManyChat integration, but you can just skip the ManyChat part and do that. And I know we have some other things of just how to make a basic lead format. When you're on our YouTube, actually, you can just go to the search too. And yeah, like how to run Google lead form ads is right here. All sorts of stuff like that. So I will actually put this one in. Oh no, that's cute. Well, that's a Google lead form ad, my bad. Facebook. I know we have them though. There, seller. Maybe I just need to do one. It's just a plain lead format. But yeah, you can always come in here and into our YouTube page and just search for things if you want to learn how to use stuff. Any other questions? No, anybody? All right. Well, I really appreciate you guys putting up with me and my coughing. Hopefully I'll be better next week. But I hope everybody is getting ready for the holidays and has a really good rest of your week. And hopefully we'll see you here next Wednesday. It was a pleasure, you guys. Take care.